everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Hannah and this is Book Talks with Hannah. So today is my long-awaited video that I have been planning to do but haven't, and I just felt like filming today. So we have The Selection by Sierra Cass. Now, when I did my first video, I actually had someone recommend this book to me, which I've never read this book or the series, so I thought that this would be a nice book to read, and I had heard a lot about it before as well, and I've only heard good about it. I started reading it, and then in one of my classes there was a girl that sat next to me who is kind of not as talkative, and she actually started talking about how much she loves the series. So it's very exciting to know a few people like that I've met before and meet some new people just because I read this book, because there's so many girls out there who have read it and so many people in general who love it. And so that's this book, and I don't know if I need to read the back, but I suppose I will, just in case someone's watching this and maybe you don't have the book yet. So it says, for 35 girls, the selection is a chance of a lifetime. The opportunity to be swept up in a world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, to live in a palace and compete for the heart of gorgeous Prince Maxon. But for America Singer, being selected is a nightmare. It means turning her back on her secret love with Aspen, who is a caste below her, and leaving her home to enter a fierce competition for a crown she doesn't want. Then America meets Prince Maxon. Gradually, she begins to realize that the life she's always dreamed of may not compare to a future she never imagined. So I believe there are just 6 books to this series, so I've just kind of been thrifting a lot of these books, but I bought this one from a bookstore so I could read it first, obviously. Read the book first. Read the first book first. So there's that. And then on the front it says 35 girls, 1 crown, the competition of a lifetime. So basically, it's kind of what you would think it is based on that description. But it focuses on a main character who's a girl named America Singer, which, by the way, is an interesting name. And I hope that I'm saying Prince Maxon right. I've always said it as Maxon, but I can totally see how it might be like Mason or something crazy like that. I don't know. So anyways, I have decided to do a new thing. You see this cute little notebook? I got this at some random store I went to. I don't even know. So this is for the selection. My rating is 4 stars out of 5 stars because I have pros and cons. And before I get into that, I just want to mention that I always want to put trigger warnings in here just in case people might get triggered, because sometimes I do just a little bit. So there is like a brief panic attack, sorta, I guess, like when she's at the castle and kind of wishes she were home, sort of, or just wants to get outside. And I don't think this is a spoiler, but it might be. I mean, there are like wars or like attacks that happen on like the palace, so like robbery or stuff like that. I don't know how many of that there was, but that was definitely one of the key like events that kept happening in the palace while there was the girls there and the main character. Also, I shouldn't have to say this, but there is bullying and like mean girls here. Like, these girls all want the same thing, and they're gonna compete with each other, and they're gonna be mean. Although some of them are nice, so I will say that. There are some nice girls there who become friends with the main character. They're really nice people. Okay, anyways, on to my pros. I think that this was a very good story, as I would have expected based on everybody else telling me how great it was, how much they loved it. And I mean, I feel like I should have read it before, but you know, I like to read like really thick books and series and stuff, so that's taken me years to complete certain books. We all just read at a different pace, you know? And also, I love the cover. I know there's not really a whole lot on here, but like the dress is beautiful. I would imagine this is America here on the front, so it's very like easy to picture the book based on that. So I said that one pro that I liked was a good plot twist. There's good plot twists here, like you can't really predict everything that's going to happen in this book. It's just super good, and I love it. And another thing is, the fact that I love it makes me want to read the next book in the series and the rest of the series. So eventually I will be doing that as well, because I think I love all of it. The next thing is that I do recommend the first book. Not sure what the rest of the books are going to be. I'm going to assume that they're really good because people talk not just about the first book, but also about the rest of the books. And I also think that the concept of like a 1 through 8 like caste system was super interesting. So like they all had different talents and things that they were good at. And the last thing I liked about that was that America's family is like singers, I think, or like artists of some kind. So it's very nice to see, like, because I love music, so it's kind of cool to see that they are really talented about that, and that's something that she likes. It also makes it interesting for like if one of the persons in the family doesn't want to do that, like doesn't want to be a singer or doesn't want to play an instrument, stuff like that. I thought that was interesting. And also, to add to that pros, I think that Prince Maxon is not very like self-conceited, so it's very cool to see a more considerate, like doesn't act like he's royal necessarily, like he's the prince, but he doesn't act like all stuck up like some people might be if they were in his same situation in real life. I mean, or even in some books, some fictional boys aren't all that cute, even though they are a prince. But he definitely is, I think. I didn't really have that many cons, but we can just talk about that for a second. So the cons are that it is similar to like TV shows that I don't like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette that my mom loves to watch so much. I don't really like that idea, although this book doesn't like, he doesn't act like that. He doesn't like, I mean, he goes on dates with all the other girls, but it's not exactly as weird in my head as it is on the TV shows that my mom watches. So it's not exactly like that. But it's similar. The concept is similar. And another thing, which might be a good thing from the author's perspective, is that I did not like some of the characters. Like America's family, I didn't like them. Most of them, at least. Like her mom trying to force her to become part of this and like really push her, and like the peer pressure she was under, and some of the people some of the girls that are in this book are just terrible. And like the guy that comes to like interview her before she goes to see Prince Maxon and go to the palace is just a terrible person because of what he was like insinuating or whatever that Prince Maxon was going to ask of her. It wasn't going to happen like that. He's not like that anyway, so she had nothing to worry about in that way. And my last con was about the concept again of what it means to like have 35 girls in one crown. And my personal belief is just that people should really meet people in real life, although I can't really say that's a con of this book because that's like the whole point. That's the whole point of this book. So I fully understand that that is what makes it so interesting, and I enjoyed it too, so, you know. And that's basically all I have to talk about. I just want to say I didn't know how much I would like this book, but I do love it, and I really hope that you guys are liking my videos if you're watching them, that you enjoy watching them, and I definitely have a new room tour for you. So I don't know if you've noticed any change of scenery if you've watched my other videos, but I have a new book room tour that I need to do. So we're gonna do that very soon. Not today, because I'm gonna try to upload this one maybe tonight. So I don't know, but we're gonna see. Anyways, so I hope that you all have a great week or weekend, and 4th of July if you're in America. Anyways, thank you for watching, and bye guys.